Hello, friends. Thanks for joining me tonight for our quick class on grilling with oils. You might have heard before. And first off, my name is Lucinda White, and I've been with Young Living for 2 years now, which is absolutely wonderful. But you might have heard in the past that oils are not good to ingest. Well, they are, and they're fantastic for cooking with and fantastic for grilling with. So let me share my screen here, and we'll bring up our presentation and get this going here. And of course, you always got to hope that technology is going to be your friend. So I think it's going to cooperate with us tonight. So once again, my name's Lucinda White, and our presentation tonight is called Grilling with Oils. So first off, we're going to do our standard disclaimer. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The products discussed are not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. And the views expressed are from an independent distributor, which I am. I'm not a medical professional and do not necessarily reflect the views of Young Living Essential Oils. The views expressed apply only to Young Living Essential Oils, and your individual results may vary. So you might be wondering, what are essential oils? Well, they are the lifeblood of a plant. And when these plants are grown in the right conditions, harvested at the correct time, distilled with the utmost care, they can aid in keeping our bodies healthy, well, and happy, which is how our bodies were intended to be. So essential oils are composed of teeny molecules, and these molecules are so small that they can pass through our tissues and directly into our cells. Our systems are super effective and can transport these molecules all over our bodies within a matter of minutes. So one of the main reasons that I love being with Young Living is their seed to seal quality guarantee. This is utmost top notch of any company that I know of. From the time that they plant the seed, if that seed doesn't meet their expectations, it doesn't get planted till they cultivate it. If something's going on with the crop while they're growing it, they plow it under. They distill with steam or water, very natural ways. They test along the way from every step of the way. When the oil gets to that final stage, they test the oil itself 2 to 3 times before it's put into the bottle with a seal on it. So we won't go into a lot more detail, but if you'd like more information on the seed to seal, feel free to go to seedtoseal.com and you can read at your leisure all the wonderful information that's out there about it. So you might be wondering how to use essential oils. There are 3 ways: topical, aromatic, and internal or dietary. So for this presentation, we're going to be focused on internal or dietary, and you'll see with those recipes that we come up with how you can do that. But topical, if you wanted to, you can take a drop, rub it in your hands, put it on the desired area. I've been using lavender and frankincense on some skin irritations I have. It's amazing the difference in 2 to 3 days of using this twice a day. Or you can use it aromatically. One of my favorite ways is my diffusers. I have a 3-story house, 3-level house. I have a diffuser in every room of the house. So when my house smells wonderful, I put the same scent in all the rooms, and it's like, this is really nice to be in here. So a lot of combinations that you can use, and the same oils that you use to take internal or dietary, you can put in your diffuser. So like this little guy over here is drinking his Ningxia Red, which also has oils in it, but that's another class that we will be having next week. So you can place several drops in a veggie capsule, swallow it with water. You can add it to your water, which I've done here. I do that 2 to 3 times a day. You can add it in your Ningxia Red, you can add it to your juice, your yogurt, and you can also put it in your meals when you're cooking, which you will see tonight. So you might be wondering, what is the difference? You'll say, okay, I see a white label and I see a yellow label. Well, you know what? The only difference on that oil is the label. Young Living has made it super easy for you to know if you can ingest an oil or not by putting a white label on it, which means it's their, oops, sorry about that. It's their Vitality line. Vitality means you can ingest it. The only difference is the labels, because FDA regulations do not allow them to put internal and dietary on the same label. So it's only the label that's the difference. The oil's the exact same. So if you run out of your white citrus fresh label oil and you still have the yellow one, you're safe to know that you can ingest that also. And what I'd like to do is I like to buy the bigger bottle of the colored labels and then just refill my smaller bottles. Much better value for your money. So, excuse me, Young Living has over 40 vitality oils, and they classify them in 4 different classifications. They're herb, spice, citrus, or supplement oils. As you can see here, there's plenty of them. Some of my favorite are the black pepper and lemon, which I like to mix in when I'm making seafood. I love the lavender and like lavender with a drop of lemon. So it's like lavender lemonade water. There's so many different combinations on here. Another one that I take quite regularly is Thieves. That helps me keep my overall wellness going. I know my friend Kathy Martin, uses Digest. She has a great gut cleanse story to tell you about Digest. So when you meet up with her, ask her about her story for the Digest. So we'll continue here. So these are just some general helps when you're using vitality oils. Any of the oils are very strong. And so if you're not used to using oils, please start really slow. As you can see on the screen, it's like if your recipe calls for 1 citrus fruit juiced, like a lemon, orange, lime, tangerine, grapefruit, you'd want to use 10 to 15 drops of the oil. If it calls for a tablespoon of herbs or spices, you want to use 1 drop or less. But if it calls for less than a teaspoon of herbs or spices, you want to do what they call a toothpick dip. So you take the little plastic orifice off, put your toothpick in there into the oil, and then just swirl it around. I'll give you a personal story. When I started using essential oils and I put lemon drops in my water, I'm like, 1 drop is really good. How about if I put 4 or 5 times a day? Way too much. I broke out with, like, I call it an inside out sunburn from my elbows down to my wrist on both arms. Way too much. So just cut back on them and just learn what your body can tolerate. So here are some quick tips for cooking with vitality oils. So like we said, when you're starting off with the oil, start off with just a little bit and gradually increase it. You might think it just doesn't taste right. It might be too much. So maybe just a toothpick swirl will help. Why does my screen keep, there we go. So since essential oil flavors can dissipate, we recommend that you add the oil immediately before serving, especially if the recipe requires refrigeration. It's also important to remember that essential oil's temperature does not exceed its flash point or else it will begin to smoke. So avoid burning by lowering your stovetop temperature, blending essential oils with extra virgin olive oil, or adding essential oils after the dish is removed from the source of the heat. You never want to add it directly into what you're cooking while it is on the heat for that safety reason. So, and here are some other helpful kitchen tips with for the vitality oils. I don't know why my screen just went blank. I hope you can still see it. Oh, Kathy joined. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining. So, where was I? Okay, kitchen tips for using vitality oils. So when you're cutting onions, I've never done this, but Kathy, if you've done this, if you can speak to that, they recommend opening a bottle of these oil and placing it on the counter to help with those tears that you might get.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, so with onions, yeah, I've totally done that. And then
awesome.
With onions, you can clean the grill with the onions. I don't know if you've talked about that, but you can, sorry, kids running around. You can clean the grill with the onions too. Instead of using the metal bristles, you cut an onion in half and scrub it down.
Oh, and then you don't get those little prickly things from the grill brush on there.
Yep. Just put a bottle of these like right next to your cutting board and let it sit there for a little bit and then start cutting and you're all good to go.
Sounds good. So they do recommend you use glass or ceramic containers when cooking with oils. The oils tend to cling to metal bowls, and you really don't want to use it in plastic containers that are not specific for having oils in them, because they do tend to leach the toxins that are in the plastic into the oils. There's another great thing that I've done quite a bit is when you have those garbage disposals and they kind of get the stinkies or get into you, place 6 to 8 drops of citrus fresh or lemon, luscious lemon. Down the garbage disposal, put a few ice cubes in there, grind it up, and then flush it with warm water. Takes care of it every time. So if you are ready to get cooking, let's get cooking. I've hoped you've eaten your dinner or had a snack because you're going to be hungry by the time we get done with this class. So here are some perfect pairings. You might wonder, well, what can I pair with different oils? So lime goes great with avocado for when you're making a guacamole. Tomato basil. So if you're making some homemade tomato soup, put a drop of basil in there. Also, if you're making like a spaghetti sauce, you can put some basil or oregano in there. Blueberry and lavender work wonders together. I had this yogurt once, frozen yogurt, it was blueberry lavender. I haven't had it since, but I'm like, that was so refreshing. Rosemary and garlic. Also apples and cinnamon bark. So maybe if you're making an apple pie or homemade applesauce, add some cinnamon bark to it. So the presentation tonight is based on a full menu. If you're having a barbecue or a cookout, we have everything from drinks to dessert. So we're going to get started. I'm not going to read all the ingredients and the instructions on these. Feel free to take screenshots or ask questions if you have any. So the first one we're going to have is honey lavender lemonade. And we're also having a barbecue at my house this week. And this is one of the items that we're going to have for one of the beverages. As you can see, there's lemon. The oils that are in this are lavender. So with ice water, makes great refreshing drink. Another one is a Ningxia Red Sunrise Smoothie. Ningxia Red is a super powerhouse product that Young Living has. I can't do without it, and I'm running really low right now. So I'm hoping my order is going to be here in the next couple of days. But as you can see, the oils that are in this one are lemon. So I've never tried Ningxia Red with lemon in it, but maybe a shot of Ningxia Red with some lemon in the morning for a good pick-me-up. Adults, you're not left out of this. You can have a Ningxia Red margarita. So you'd use your Ningxia Red, some tequila, orange syrup, simple syrup, shake it up. There's your margarita. And I just thought maybe if you're putting that salt around the rim of it, put some lime oil in the salt, and then you have your lime oil there too. This next drink, the Wolfberry Bubbly, this is another one that we're going to be serving for the adults this Saturday. It has Ningxia Red, coconut rum, sparkling water, and then orange vitality. If you don't want the alcohol in this, you can leave it out and just use different sparkling water or seltzer, club soda. Great refreshing way to do that. Let me see if okay. Guacamole. Guacamole is always such a big thing for picnics, barbecues. The oils that you would use in this is citrus fresh. There's lime. Another oil that I would add to this is just slipped my mind. Cilantro. Some people put cilantro in their guacamole. This is also calling for chopped coriander. Young Living has coriander oil, so if you can't get the fresh coriander, you can always put a drop of coriander oil on it. Hummus, lemon hummus. Hummus is so good to make. You can make your own. You can buy store-bought hummus and then jazz it up a little. This is another item that we're going to be having at the barbecue on Saturday. We might make this, we might not. Well, it's going to depend on time, but this is going to be an item that you'll be able to take with you with some hummus, and you can jazz it up however you'd like. This recipe is calling for lemon oil in it, which I'm sure would be wonderful and yummy. Deviled eggs. Some people like deviled eggs, some people don't. I like to experiment when I make deviled eggs. I've never made them put in dill oil in it. This might be another try that I do. You can like it's the only oil on the deviled eggs is dill, but you add mustard, mayonnaise, chives, any of these items on here that you cannot get, you can also substitute and use oil for it. Like it says black pepper. You might be able to do a toothpick swirl of black pepper. I know Kathy is not a big fan of deviled eggs, but she might try it if it has oils in them. Oh, she's shaking her finger at me.
Maybe if they blended it up and put it in like a supplement, then I'd probably eat it.
That's true. Okay, so the next, so those were like some appetizer. Now we're on to like salads. You can make spicy potato salad with oils. How fun is this? The oils that are in this one are black pepper, coriander, It's also calling for fresh dill, parsley. If you don't have those, use your oils, experiment a little bit. I have to get better with using the oils when I cook, but like I said, my favorites to use are lemon and black pepper. I use those with seafood quite a bit. We are going to be having a green salad with tomato basil vinaigrette on Saturday. You can make your salad however you want, add whatever items. This one has basil essential oil in it. So if you wanted to make a caprese on your own, you can put it with some of your balsamic vinegar and put some basil in it, and then drizzle that over your mozzarella cheese and your tomatoes and your basil.
So I've done this before where, first of all, it's mozzarella cheese. Second of
Sorry,
all,
I'm not Italian like you.
but so what I do is, yeah, I layer my basil leaves, because you can't not have basil leaves, right? So you have to have your basil leaves and your tomato, but you can totally take some basil essential oil and put it in a little olive oil, because I put balsamic vinegar, or I also put some olive oil on it too, and you can infuse your olive oil as well.
Do you know how long you'd have to let that oil sit to get the flavor in it? I'm wondering if it does it right away, if you have to let it sit for a couple.
You can just mix it, but you can also just like let it sit and do that and keep
Okay.
it like that. Have different flavors.
That just came to another DIY. We'll have to tell you later what my thought was on that one. Okay. So our next item, if you're don't want to do the salad, if you want to grill more, but with anything that you are grilling, whether it's vegetables that have been in the refrigerator, any of your proteins, especially chicken, steak, maybe pork, you always want to bring that to a room temperature first before you grill it. And reason being is the inside of that protein, it's going to be cold. And so you want it all to be the same temperature, because if the outside of your protein is room temperature, that's going to cook way differently than the inside. So try to make sure that your items are all the same temperature all the way through, and then you'd want to also coat them with some oil, a little bit of olive oil first, so they don't stick to the grill. But how fantastic is this? If you're a gardener, you can brush your vegetables with oil, put some, make a marinade. This marinade has basil, oregano, black pepper. You coat your vegetables with it, let it sit a little bit. I can't express enough how much oils add flavor to whatever you're cooking. Here's some different marinades that you can try. There's a citrusy marinade. There's a Mediterranean marinade, and these can go on any of your proteins, whatever protein you want. So if you're having a Mediterranean themed dinner, use this one. Citrusy, this sounds like it might be good with fish or chicken. They also have another, oops, did I miss one? No, I didn't. Okay, sorry about that. This item right here, Wolfberry barbecue chicken, this is going to be our protein on Saturday. I am so excited to try this. It calls for chicken breast, but I'm probably going to get chicken thighs because they cook more evenly and they're easier to cook. Apple cider vinegar, chili powder, garlic, onion powder, brown sugar, liquid smoke, ketchup, salt and pepper. So the directions for the barbecue sauce is you can see here, wolfberries, apple cider. If you don't have wolfberries, I'm thinking you'd probably be able to use goji berries, but we do, goji berries, wolfberries, extremely similar. It just depends on the area of the country and the availability. But the Ningxia that we've talked about is made from Ningxia wolfberries. So try to come next week to our class on Ningxia and you'll see all the great things about that. So take a screenshot if you want to try this, but we will let you know how this goes. I'm excited to try this. And I actually did get this recipe from Kathy last year when we were making this class up. She goes, I got a barbecue sauce one. Well, here it is. So I can't wait to try it. If you're not into chicken, there's a recipe you can use for orange prawns, which are shrimp. Marinate them in that. The oils are lemon, orange, and basil. All of these sound so yummy. So I'm so glad that I ate dinner before we started this. If you don't want fish, you don't want chicken, you don't want, what else was there? Shrimp. You can also try a Aussie burger, which is a vegetarian burger. It's like a black bean. It's made with tofu. So no black beans, but a veggie burger. It also has walnuts, soy sauce, oregano, black pepper, so many different things that you can integrate into whatever your taste buds want you to do. And now we have dessert. You didn't think we'd have dessert, but we do. We have guilt-free mint brownies, which will be made for Saturday. So I hope you're local and you can come to this. But the oils that are in this are peppermint and spearmint. Peppermint is a great oil to use for not only cooking in different items, but if your tummy's a little bit upset, if you want to add a drop to your tea, you want to get that cooling off feeling. Some people take just a couple drops, and if they've been out in the sun a little bit, a couple drops of peppermint with some carrier oil, and they rub it on their skin and it kind of cools them down. Peppermint's great down the spine for kiddos, even adults, to help bring down the fever if they're really hot from something. And you can also make a fruit salad if you're not into the brownies. Kathy has done this a number of times. She's made a fruit salad and she adds citrus fresh to it. This one says you can add orange. So whatever you're comfortable with, either orange or citrus fresh or lemon, great way to spruce it up.
Grapefruit too, like surprisingly, like I was so hesitant to try grapefruit essential oil because I hate grapefruit. I just like, I'm like, why would anyone make a fruit like this? It is gross beyond belief. And it is so like sweet. It's so like different. It doesn't taste bitter or anything like that. You can put grapefruit in there. Like if you don't like grapefruit in your fruit salad, you can just add some grapefruit and grapefruit oil. Did you say this? It helps curb your cravings and stuff like that. Sorry, can you hear all these kids? Oh my gosh.
No, you're good. I didn't know that part was-
They're like inside my ear.
I didn't share that, but Kathy, that's the oil that I put in my water most often is the grapefruit, because it does help with weight management and stuff. So it's just like 2 drops, and I only put it in like once a day so I don't overdo it, because there's still some residual flavor in there when I refill my water. So great menu item. So if you are into cooking, check out the deal on this kit. I did get this kit. So the oils alone in this kit retail for over $95. You get 6 vitality oils. You get this super big mixing bowl, a whisk, some of these utensils. You also get a cookbook. Great deal. So this whole thing retails for $125, but the oils alone retail for probably about $110. So you can see the value of this kit. Young Living also has a number of other starter bundles. I just wanted to point out really quick why the red line is across a couple of these. Right now, these are on hold because of like everybody's being affected with the dock strike, you know, where the workers aren't unloading stuff. Well, Young Living's shipment of these diffusers are sitting there waiting to be unloaded. So they put them on pause. So once they come back in, this will be back on the market again for you. But all of these kits on here, they retail for 40 to 50% below what they would if you were to buy the items separately. So if you are ready to start, head over to youngliving.com, fill your cart just like you were shopping on any other website. There's three ways to shop: good, better, and best. Good, you just buy your products, check out, enjoy them, and let us know how you're doing. Better is if you buy 100 PV, 100, the PV means point value. Almost all the items on the website have a point value, which helps you earn points to spend at a later date. So if you do 100 PV or more, you get 24% discount off for a full year on any future purchases. But the best way is to enroll in loyalty rewards, and that's a automatic shipment every month. You can stick with the same products. You can change your products. There's no minimum amount required. However, if you do want to earn bonuses, you want to make sure you're spending at least 50 PV, and you'll see that on another screen. And by doing that, you also receive a 24% discount for 1 year. And right now, Young Living has a fantastic promotion going on till the end of the month. For any new customers to Young Living that enroll and buy 100 PV or more, you're going to get 10% plus the 24%. So that's 34% off, almost half price for getting products to start with. Great deal. You would check out, add the referral ID, and that's the person who referred you to this class tonight or to Young Living. While you're there, you can check out the benefits of becoming a brand partner. Young Living also rewards you with free gifts each month based on your purchase level. This month, and these, sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. If you put this on loyalty rewards, you get bonus things. So, if you place 100 PV order and you do put it on loyalty rewards, you will get 10 points in loyalty reward points to spend at a future date. If you reach the 190 PV on loyalty rewards, you will also you'll get the roller balls, but if it's on loyalty rewards, you will get a 15 ml bottle of purification oil. This smells wonderful if you're a pet owner and you have those pesky pet smells all around, like on your furniture or in the litter box. A couple drops of purification works wonders. At the 250 level this month, you'll get a 15 ml bottle of bergamot. Kind of grapefruity tasting, but really, really good in your water also. I like to diffuse this, try this sometimes with lavender or lemon, experiment a little bit. 300 is sulfurzyme. I can't speak enough about sulfurzyme since I've started to take this. My joints feel better. I'm not as tired all the time. And this is a freebie, so I didn't have to buy it this month. All of these together are close to 200 value. And the best thing about this is when you get to the 300 PV level, you get everything down below. Here's some quick benefits of being a brand partner. You can see this. This is all digital now for $14.95. Excuse me. Here's just a quick screenshot of loyalty rewards versus cart orders. As you can see, loyalty rewards is the way to go. You get a percentage back in points, which we like to call them virtual Young Living dollars for your virtual wallet. You get free gifts at 3, 6, 9, 12 months, and every 12 months after that. You get 10% back for the first 3 months. Months 3 through 12, you get 20% back. If you stay with them on loyalty rewards for over 2 years, you get 25% back. And I'm so excited because now I'm up to 25%. With your second loyalty reward order of 50 PV or more, you will get a free diffuser. Right now, this is showing the one that was on hold. I'm not sure if that's changed or not, but they will still give you a free diffuser. Some quick things with loyalty rewards, you get to explore the products. You can manage your order. You can earn the points. You can save items for later. You've heard us talk about points and how to, you might be thinking, what can I spend those on? Well, look for this little blue flag if you happen to have an in-person catalog or on the website. And this little blue flag means that you can redeem your points for those items, which is like getting items for free. I have a difficult time myself saving up my points because when I see I have enough, like over 100, I'm like, oh, what can I get this month and try? And you just have to pay shipping. Shipping is a great deal. This is for up to a 150-pound package. You can choose economy, standard, or expedited based on what your needs are. This is the rest of our calendar for wellness events for June. This Saturday coming up is a make and take at my house. Next Monday is going to be an online class, Everything Ningxia. It's a different format than tonight. We make posts and people can comment back and forth. So no face-to-face, but there will be a lot of information. Ningxia is such a powerhouse, so we hope you can look for the event to come out and respond going to that. And then we're going to round out the month with a class called Fun in the Sun. What do you do when you're in the sun too much? Okay, I need to do this. Just some helpful tips to get you through that. So like I said, this is our Saturday event in my house. It's $20 per person or $40 per family. Come and learn all about vitality oils. We're going to serve dinner with the items that I mentioned. All the items do have an essential oil in them. And then we're also going to be tasting them. If you was like, okay, well, what does this one taste before I put it in my food? We can do toothpick swirls in shot glasses of water, and then you can sample them. You will also, because it is Father's Day on Sunday, we're going to be making a couple of items that you can take home. We'll have jazzed up hummus. Well, we'll have hummus already made, and you can choose, do I want to jazz it up with rosemary or lemon, or maybe put some black pepper in it? And then you're going to get to make a Wild Woodsman rollerball, which will be your make and takes. The scent is great. Ladies like it too. So if there's not a dad around to give this item to, keep it for yourself, you know? So there's the information for that.
I'll
So-
keep it when I want to smell a man.
You what?
Going around.
You can if you want. Or like Jim Carrey said here, maybe Jim Carrey would like it. Did somebody say barbecue? I always try to put a funny in at the end of our events to make it a little bit fun. So any questions, Kathy? Check out this question mark that I found. I thought it was perfect for the class tonight. Question mark made out of steak, you know? I wonder if it has bacon around the edges of it. So we'd like to say thank you for coming. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Any questions? If not, hopefully we will see you next week, and love the shirt, Kathy. Bye.